Can't take my chain, ain't nothing like homie. South Middle Spanish red most wanted. Hold up, let me switch the flow. Just like a baker, yeah, I'm addicted to dope. This a cold word, yeah, keep a in my coat. Money hungry, yeah, tryna give me some more. On I pack, this ain't talking down on Glizzy like he ain't the GOAT. If you don't agree, ask the streets and yeah. This 5L, you already know. Already know how it go. Already know I got on go. Money calling, gotta go. You gotta go if you play or you troll. Freshest on the globe. Got tryna snatch out my soul. Running back pockets on swole. Young, got a whole lot of zeros. Don't know no better. When I got richer,
celebrating some success and some failures coming into this year, and I'll tell you what, this matchup pretty massive for both teams after Mater Dei coming off of an unsuspecting loss, a huge upset last week, and they will look to right the ship here in front of the home crowd, welcoming the St. Francis Panthers into the building in Santa Ana. 8-4 on the season. St. Francis obviously sitting at 7-5. We got a battle of the black jerseys here today, and I'm not going to change it. I wouldn't change it for the world. Mater Dei to kick off, and obviously with these two programs so used to postseason berths, so used to playoff success, is an early breakaway on the opening kickoff. I have no idea who that return man is, but he takes it out past midfield, and a pretty advantageous start for the Panthers and special teams. We're going to get a look at Dante Reese. The freshman quarterback for St. Francis will throw on first down. That one sort of a chaotic 2-yard pass attempt that winds up on the deck. To bring up 2nd and 10 out of the shotgun play action. Reese looking to the flat, checks it down. Running back makes a few men miss and picks up 15 yards there. So these two programs both used to postseason success, and maybe you don't want to use the term disappointment for what this season has been to this point, as Williams and Pierce combined with a huge tackle there in the backfield. Outstanding effort from the freshman two-way player who's having himself a year. Rivers loses 4. You don't want to use the word disappointment because there's still so much left to play for, and you don't know who's going to drop a game here or there, but certainly these are two teams that would expect to be, and that one almost intercepted by I think it was Roberson. Two teams that expected to be well above 500. Reese looking on 3rd down. Made the right read, just a bad throw there. Misses his man, and that'll make it 4th and 14. So an early bend but don't break series for the Monarch defense. Now the goal for both of these teams, and obviously the goal for any team, right? Win out. All you can handle is who's in front of you every week, but two storied teams like this, we saw them go head-to-head last year. That one a bit lopsided in Mater Dei's favor. That was back when Blackwell was still the quarterback for the Panthers. He's having a sensational year over with Centennial, and that'll bring out the junior quarterback from Mater Dei. Offense has been the story. Number 2 scoring offense in the league, headlined by that young man. And this one right here, Drew Berry up the middle. One man to beat. He gets tripped up past midfield, 28 yards on first down. Headlined by number 16 and number 9. Making his presence felt right away. That's been the story all year for this offense. What life Drew Berry has brought to this team offensively. It is something to behold as Bo connects with Palids, who slips a tackle. Turns that one into a first down. Promising tight end, promising young tight end on a team full of weapons. And his hand's as good as anybody on this team. He's come up with a few big catches. So both of these teams sort of looking to stabilize and begin to climb upward as Barry takes it up the middle for another first down. They're going to give him the forward progress. So this win would be big for both programs. St. Francis obviously just trying to make the dance, and Mater Dei just a game behind the St. John Bosco Braves in their division as of right now. So you can't afford, especially when we're talking about postseason consideration, you really can't afford to drop a game here and a game there and expect to be looking at a first round bye. Barry's going to motion out into empty. 2nd and 2 underneath. It looks like a blitz was coming from St. Francis, and there was nobody home against the #1 target in this Mater Dei passing attack. That's Kissling who collects the first down. So now 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Shanbo scrambles out and slides. Man, you'd like to see him at least try and push his way into the end zone there. Slides short. That'll make it 2nd and goal. I formation. Palid's off to the left. This is a fullback dive that somewhat predictably is snuffed out. The backup tight end with the rushing attempt there, and I believe he does have a touchdown on the year from that play, but obviously not a high percentage look if you're not on the goal line. Another blitz coming out. This one late to the flat and intercepted. A blitz coming from St. Francis. We'll see if this goes all the way. You cannot throw to the flat late. Shanbo's done it a few times this year. That one bit him bad. Interception number 5 on the year. Would have liked to see him hit that slant back inside, but it looked like he had Forwick breaking over the middle of the field. The slant flat combo, big time timing concept down there, especially on a condensed field, and the timing was not there on that one. So after the interception, St. Francis looking to go back to work. Reese going up top. This is incomplete. They rule him out on the sideline. So bombs away there on first down and almost comes down with it. Another play action. Reese looking out to the flat, but this coverage has been sensational here through 2 drives. That's Dalen Sparks supporting from his linebacker spot. 3rd and 10. Another opportunity for the Mater Dei defense to get off the field. Reese can't come up with the connection underneath. Looked like the ball was a little bit behind his intended target, so a stop for this Mater Dei defense in response to the interception. And if you're a St. Francis fan, that's a missed opportunity to open up a 2-score lead here on the road. Shanbo not known for turning the ball over very often. Want to see how he can bounce back from that mistake early on in the game, and he does have a few seasons under his belt to this point, so you don't have to worry about him as much as you would a young quarterback wanting to collapse after a mistake like that. This one is going to get out quickly to Palids, who shakes off a tackle and turns that into a big gain. That looked like maybe just a safety valve throw, and Palids turned it into something a whole lot more than that. Pickup of 13 on that one and a first down. Take a look at how he breaks this contact here. Yeah, maybe a 3-yard gain, but he just keeps running through. Finds a little bit extra. Nice job by the sophomore tight end there. Turn that into a much bigger gain. Shanbo now from the shotgun. He'll give to Barry, and for one of the few times this year, Drew Barry is met and dropped on first contact. One thing I will say about this offense, they run into problems when they start trying to run from the shotgun consistently. Their under center run game is much better than their shotgun run game. Shanbo going to pull this one down. Looks like St. Francis dropped into those deep zones. Took away everything, and Shanbo turned it into a gain of 7, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Pulls it down once more. Bo doing it himself with the legs. extends the drive. First down, fresh set of downs, and now a jumbo look. All 3 tight ends in the game. They decide to throw out of it. Pass complete underneath. I think that's Cole Cameron, the second string tight end who picks up 8. Anytime you see that 3 tight end look come out, you assume that it's going to be a run. A nice job by Drew Berry to break that tackle in the backfield and pick up the first down. It's plays like that that are the difference in the game. That small play right there, instead of losing 1 and making it 3rd and 4 or 5, extends the drive, picks up a first down. Those small things right there. Shanbo going for Williams, who tried to climb the ladder. Incomplete, makes it 2nd and 10. Trips to the short side of the field. Palid's the bottom of the formation. This is going to be a screen, and not on the same page there. Shanbo looked like he just ran out of time pretty quickly there. So now before you know it, you're behind the 8 ball here. 3rd and 10. Berry motions out. It's an empty set. Bo by himself with time and delivers another interception. That one well covered, and just can't understand why you'd make that throw for somebody that hasn't turned the ball over all year long. That's been his claim to fame, and just throws right into coverage there. It's a defensive end in coverage who comes up with the 2nd interception of the day for Shanbo. Actually, 2nd interception of the first quarter. Still a 3-0 advantage here for St. Francis, and largely that from the special teams, the return yardage on behalf of St. Francis, as Rivers takes that one across the line to gain. Now play action for Reese, who is going to complete this one for a gain of 5. And St. Francis loves this play action game. They try and hitch a short, intermediate, and deep off of play action. Rivers swallowed up that time to make it 3rd and short. So for all the success Mater Dei has had defensively here in the first quarter, it's all been for naught off a pair of interceptions. Reese over the middle, can't connect. Well-timed contact. He was looking for Sant there. Well-timed contact from the cornerback 1 on this team, Jamison. So the Mater Dei defense doing their job early in this game, forcing another field goal attempt. St. Francis does convert on that, so still just a 1-score game, even though 2 first-quarter interceptions for the junior quarterback here in Santa Ana. End of 1, 6-0 Panthers. So after 2 interceptions in a quarter, maybe you give the rock, maybe you give the rock to your superstar running back, which every time Drew Berry has touched the ball today, it has been outside of 1 carry. It has been successful. So I think here you start to lean away, maybe lean into that one, almost another interception, and the decision-making throwing the football today has just been horrendous. This time they do give to Berry, and he shakes off a couple tackles to pick up 6, 3rd and 4. Boy, if you're number 16 on this offense, you're just trying not to make a mistake here on 3rd and 4. This one complete over the middle to Williams. He's out past midfield, and best passing play of the day goes to the 2-way wide receiver corner, who just beats his man like a drum on the break. First time past midfield today. I apologize, that's not true. They made it down to the goal line and threw an interception. Play action is an easy sack here on 1st down. And it's just looking to be one of those days where the Mater Dei offense looks like an absolute shell of itself. 2nd and 14 after the sack. Entire play being changed as the play clock clicks down. Sean Bowe finds a way to connect with Forwick there, and another dangerous throw. Looked like a pretty well-covered route by the St. Francis defense, and if you can't say anything, at least you can say that they're playing some sticky coverage out here. Oh, checks this one down to Palids, who's had some success. Churns his legs and turns it into a first down. Palids really given one of his best first half efforts that we've seen maybe all year. Here's the give to Barry, and it's pretty congested in the middle of the field there. Looked like a read option for 2. Time just flying by in this one. The 3rd possession for Mater Dei, the first 2 ending in turnovers. Drew Barry motions out, and that'll leave Sean Bowe with an empty backfield. With time, finds Kissling underneath. They're going to mark him short on the half-yard line. Mater Dei looking to punch this one in, and it's that fullback dive again. This time it works for half a yard, barely that. I don't want to see them, if I'm a Mater Dei fan, I don't want to see that play called on the goal line too often, but touchdown Cole Cameron. An entirely useless statistical touchdown. That's going to go to a backup tight end who is not in the running for any awards or recognition, but his 2nd Leached touchdown of the season. You'd like to see that go to somebody like Drew Barry, who is in the running for being the league MVP. All the same, it's a 1-point lead for the Monarchs. Pardon me if I sound bitter. I don't mean to. This coaching staff has done a great job finding the end zone all year long, and after 2 early turnovers, that's exactly what you needed right there. Go down, score a touchdown, retake this lead. And you take a look at the total yards there. I mean, Mater Dei with 150-plus yards more production. Just 1 more point. It's going to be hard to win these games if you keep turning the ball over, so hopefully the Monarch offense can avoid some of that, and Rivers just gifted a first down here out to the 40. Fresh set of downs for the Panthers on offense. Reese out of the single back. Nice catch and run there for St. Francis's Cole Cameron. Probably brothers. Most likely some relation, and you could see 2 Monarch defenders just getting each other's way there. The best offensive play of the day for St. Francis is a drag route from a single back passing formation. Now here's Reese from the 19. They go back to the single back. They'll hand it to Rivers here. Picks up 8. Now closing in on the end of the first half, and a pretty ugly football game from the Mater Dei perspective. About as bad as you can start one. Find yourself wondering how you even have a lead in this game. Nice tackle in the backfield there by Jamison, who's made some impact plays, timing up that contact on 3rd down, and then a big tackle for loss there makes it 3rd and short. We'll see what St. Francis wants to do on 3rd and 3. Line to gain is the 9. We'll see where they spot him, but it's Jamison again with a savvy tackle, pushing the receiver out of bounds before he could establish that forward progress. And that results in another St. Francis field goal. So the worst defense statistically in the league so far has held this St. Francis offense to field goals on every scoring opportunity they have had today, and you can't ask for much more than that. Now your offense has got to pick up the slack, bounce back from these early mistakes, and get Drew Barry involved in this football game. And they'll shift to an empty set. Condensed bunch right. Bo looking to the flat. Barry just not aware on the sideline. Steps out even though he had some space. And that's just the kind of half it's been for Mater Dei. Even when things go right, it seems to go wrong. Sean Bo underneath again. This time to Forwick, who breaks a tackle, picks up a first down, and maybe an unsung hero of this team. We don't talk about Tracy Forwick enough. What he's done this year, stepping into that role with Cooper transferring last year, not getting the attention that he thought he deserved. Forwick has done an outstanding job, and here's Palids once again. Already 5 catches here in the first half as we near the 2-minute warning. We'll see if they run another play. Sort of a high-scoring baseball game. They do run one just before the 2-minute warning, and somehow Drew Barry doesn't pick up the first down. So coming out of the 2-minute warning, it's going to be a 3rd and inches for the Monarchs on offense. Just barely in their own end, and instead of going into a heavy run formation, they go to trips right out of the shotgun. Sean Bo to throw on 3rd and inches. Pulls it down himself and gives himself up just shy of the 50, excuse me. But extends the drive nonetheless. Sort of a weird series of events. So one that I haven't seen from this Mater Dei team so far this year in this first half. It just seems a little bit frantic, a little bit disjointed, and not really playing with the tempo that they usually do. That's a nice check down there to Barry underneath, who takes it up to the 20-yard line. Clock continues to roll. Now under a minute. Lost a lot of time there with not calling one of your 3 timeouts. Sean Bo from the gun. Down the right sideline, looking for Palids. Too tall. Palids finds a way to draw the flag, and that's going to be a big penalty against St. Francis. Now down to the 1-yard line for 1st and goal. Mater Dei didn't have to use a timeout there. Big defensive pass interference penalty, their first break of the day. This one to Kissling, who steps out of bounds. Inexplicably, for the second time on this drive we've seen that. Drew Barry stuffed at the 1-yard line, and now a timeout comes out from Mater Dei. Sort of frantic, sort of, it's hard to describe, not very composed. Feels like they're just rushing things. You know, if you're Kissling, get your feet down in the back of the end zone. Nice job by Barry to turn this into a scoring drive. Praise the Lord. That's all we're hearing from the Mater Dei sideline. Drew Barry takes it in for his 26th, 27th. Who even knows? Closing in on 30 rushing touchdowns for the year. We've seen a whole lot of that guy in this end zone. That'll widen the advantage for regain the advantage. They were down 9-7 previously. So make it a 5-point game. 14-9. Despite the early struggles from the offense, they're finding a way here, somewhat aided on that drive by a St. Francis defensive pass interference that took the ball down to the 1-yard line. Story of the day for me so far, and I don't want to say anything before this half is out, is the Mater Dei defense. Outside of this guy right here, Enzo Rivers Jr. averaging over 7 yards a carry. They have played well, limited the Panthers to just 3 field goals. Underneath throw complete to Sant. Apologize if I'm not saying that right. They do give him the first down. 30 seconds left, 2 timeouts for St. Francis Academy. From the shotgun, it's Reese with time. Runs out of time, it's Parks who's gonna collect the sack, and that is a big one. You saw Reese standing there for pretty good amount of time, but no offensive lineman is going to be able to hold their block for 10 seconds. Second and long. Reese completes underneath, as we've seen often today. That's been his favorite area. And no timeout coming out for St. Francis, so that will do it for the first half. 2 interceptions from Mater Dei. They still retain a 5-point lead, in large part thanks to the defensive effort of the Monarchs, holding the Panthers to 3 field goals on 3 scoring opportunities. Second half, we'll see what adjustments are made on both sides of the ball. It doesn't feel like a lot's working for either team, so something's got to change. Take a look at your stats here at halftime. We'll get you right into the third quarter. Mater Dei to open the second half with the football. Williams going to return this one, and he breaks a couple tackles. My goodness, he's still standing. This guy was pinballing around for quite some time, and Henry Palid's also a name to watch for this second half. 5 catches, just under 60 yards in the first half. They'll start in the pistol. Sean Bowe off of play action, steps up and completes to Barry underneath. Bounces off a tackler and turns it into an 11-yard gain, first down. And that play felt so much more. You go through the progression, you check the ball down, you let your superstar make a play. They give it to him here, and that's why he's the best running back in the league. Didn't even go down until he was tackled by his own man. 3 broken tackles and a first down. Drew Barry. And if you want to show a young running back how to tote the rock, just turn on game film of this guy right here. And the cowboy collar, I gotta say, is pretty menacing. You wouldn't want to meet that guy in the gap. He picks up another first down there. They go right back to him, and why not? He falls forward off the spin. Gain of 6. His contact balance is very impressive.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Shift down into a single back. Palid's short motion over into a bunch. They go out that way. We haven't seen that play a whole lot this year. Certainly trying to get Palid's more involved. Now a big 3rd and short. Who wants it more? They give to Barry, and goodbye. I think as soon as you saw that hole open up on the right side of the line, both teams should have just started walking towards the sideline, because once you see this, it's just over with. Drew Barry's 2nd rushing touchdown of the day is a breakaway on 3rd and 1. 29-yard scamper for number 9. I may be somewhat biased by watching these games every week, but I just don't. There's maybe 2 or 3 guys in the same neighborhood at the running back position as Drew Barry, but even in the same neighborhood, I think Drew Barry's got the nicest house. That metaphor might be hard to follow. Feel free to DM me if you got questions. Okay. All right. St. Francis has got to answer here, now down 21-9 in the second half. Mater Dei does what they needed to do. They come out and get the touchdown, coming out of half. Big possession for them. Little screenplay that's blown up by Dalen Sparks, who puts a hat on a hat, and we've seen him do that a lot this year. He brings the thunder when he hits, and you could see him just excited about that screen. Read it well. Blitz comes. Reese in a collapsing pocket. Made a nice throw. Receiver just couldn't haul it in, and not the first drop we've seen today from the Panthers. Now Reese from the gun on 3rd and 9. Blitz comes. He finds a way to get it out. This one is caught, but short of the line to gain. Caden Johnson with a sure tackle. 4th and 1, and now you got to gauge, is it worth it? St. Francis says no. Punt team comes on. So another stop for this Mater Dei defense, and boy, are they playing some inspired football. I think to this point in the year, I already said, the worst statistically in the league, but you've got to be impressed with what they've done today. Whatever change they made going into this game is one that should stay. Play action for Sean Bowe over the middle, broken up by someone that looks like a bionicle. If you're from a certain age group, you'll understand that one. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Sean Bowe from the gun once more. This time finds Williams for a first down. Very decisive throw there, and you like to see that from a quarterback that's had some disappointing throws today. Trips to the wide side of the field. Bottom of your screen. Sean Bowe looking to throw once more. This one too tall for Palids, and there was no one even near him. That was a breakaway touchdown waiting to happen. I think Sean Bowe knew it. He got excited, and he overthrows his intended target. First time we've seen that today, though. 2nd and 10, another pass attempt from number 16, and he goes back to Palids. Picks up 6. So this is certainly one of Palids' most targeted days on the year. 3rd and 4 from the 40. Sean Bowe extends right. Actually breaks a tackle and is sacked shortly thereafter. So a nice stand there from the Panthers defense, keeping their team in it. They will take back over after the punt. Fielded and brought out to the 20-yard line. Needs something big here from Dante Reese. I think he hasn't been pushing the ball downfield too much today, and that's something we're running out of time to do if we're on the St. Francis sideline. They're going to start in an I formation. We'll see if, no, I was thinking play action out of that. Rivers brought down by Dean and others right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. And if you're the Panthers, it's time to start airing it out a little bit. They do that here. It is a screen. And boy, oh boy, he's there again. Dalen Sparks having none of it. The screen disruptor. His second big hit of the day comes on another screen. The first one a wide receiver screen, and this one takes out some frustration on Rivers to make it 3rd and long for the Panthers. On 3rd and 12, it's Reese to throw. Under pressure from Warbles, Dean and Parks almost get there as well. Pocket just collapses at the worst time, and the Mater Dei defense comes up with another stop. I'll only say it one more time, but coming into today, bottom of the league in every major statistical category defensively. Offense didn't play well in the first half, but this defense has stepped up in a way that we have not seen all year long. Now here with just 4 minutes left in the game, Mater Dei enjoying a lead of 21-9. Drew Barry goes over 100 yards on the day. That almost seems routine. As crazy as that is to say, it's almost, I want to say not impressive, but expected. I give to Barry up the middle again, and boy, he puts someone on his back en route to a 10-yard gain and another Mater Dei first down. This guy has been the lifeblood of the team. You want to talk about what's different with this team from a year ago, it is the run game. They give it to him again, right up the middle. Picks up 8. Monarchs have ran the ball well. It's when they pass, they've gotten into some trouble. Checks it down to a screen here. It's Barry with a little bit of real estate. Pretty high percentage play there for Mater Dei. They run that quite a bit. especially on the opponent's side of the field. Kissling going to motion over. And Sean Bowe to throw. Looking for his running back there as pressure was coming. Just got it out of his hands before he took the sack. Not a bad throw. Well, it was a bad throw, but Barry was also not aware it was coming, so that makes it 2nd and 10. Looked like a design screen. But it happened so fast, I can't even really comment on what happened on that last play. It's incomplete. This one out quickly to Forwick, who's got a little bit of room. Down past the 5-yard line. St. Francis came with a blitz, and they paid for it there. Sean Bowe got that ball out of his hands in a hurry, and he knew right where he was going once the pressure came. Big pickup for Tracy Forwick. To extend the drive, Mater Dei looking to make this a comfortable lead. Throwing out of the I formation, and that's never a good sign. Sean Bowe runs about 15 yards backwards before taking a sack. Decides not to throw it away. And this is part of what we've seen today, just a bizarre showing from the quarterback. Uncharacteristically poor showing. I think we can say that. It's now 2nd and goal from what might as well be a mile away. Blitz comes again from St. Francis, and so far that's been Mater Dei's best offensive play. Wait for St. Francis to blitz and then throw it behind the pressure. That will be the last play of the 3rd quarter, 21-9. Drew Barry, a big, big reason why Mater Dei finds itself out in front, but a bigger reason about this Monarchs defense. First time this year through 3 quarters to hold an opponent to single-digit points. Certainly their best performance to date. Sean Bowe on 3rd and goal finds Palids, and that's not going to be close to the goal line, so field goal team likely coming out here.
A 5-yard pickup brings up 4th down and
Just a rough game for the Monarch quarterback, but I'll tell you what, this team has rallied around him in a way that makes the box score look a lot kind of deceiving, actually. It makes the scoreboard, you know, you'd consider this to be a great offensive day for the junior quarterback. It has not been, but they still find themselves comfortably out in front. The lead is 15 here at the beginning of the 4th quarter, and St. Francis with just 100 total yards on the day. Blitz comes here, picked up well by the offensive line. Reese stands in and throws to his running back to pick up 4. Dalen Sparks in hot pursuit.
at the 31-yard line. Complete to number 24. It's a gain of 6. And it's third down. A 7-yard gain. That's good for a first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line. The first down pass. Complete to number 22. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 17-yard line. Gets sacked. A 10-yard loss on the play. And it's third down. Third and long. It's fourth down. That's another first down. A gain of 13 yards. Result is a first down. The pass. Complete to number 22. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 11-yard line. The pass. Incomplete on the contact. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go. Result of the play is a turnover on downs. Down back at his 2-yard line. First and 10 at the 19-yard line. First and 10 at the 34-yard line. First and 10.